Welcome to an update from the city of Kenner. You see the elected officials we have up here with us from all around the city and also from the state. State Representative Joe Stagney has joined us also. Thank you, Joe. We do have our police chief, Mike Glazer. We have our fire chief, Terrence Morris. We have our two at-larges, Councilman Wilmot, Councilman McKinney. We have our District 2 Councilman Mike Segure, District 3 Glenn Hayes, District 4 George Brannigan, and District 5 Brian Brennan. Appreciate y'all all being here. This will be a quick report. It'll be me, it'll be the chief, the fire chief, Joe Stagney, and then Councilman Wilmot as council president will give a update on the city council issues addressing the city of Kenner right now. I'll be clear and right to the point. We experienced epic damage here in the city of Kenner. But however, we are coming back very, very quickly. And it's because of the people you see standing up here and also all the volunteers and the groups, fire department and police department doing their thing. However, even though the damage was epic, we have had our MERT team out there since the very beginning. We've had Risk Contractor, Joey Caldero's contracting company, did the push. And the push is basically what it says. They pushed it to the side of the road to allow Ceres to get out there yesterday morning, start picking up. We are picking up that debris. 15 crews, up to 15 crews, will be out there picking that up, all the debris throughout the city of Kenner. We will notify you on how to divide everything up. But starting with the branches and the tree limbs and all that, that's getting picked up right now. Good news is IV started picking up garbage yesterday, just like everybody else. They have suffered personnel issues, but they've also had a problem at the dump. So the dump was damaged, and they were not able to assess that. Now they have been able to get into working with Jefferson Parish to get in there. I also want to thank, while I'm speaking about Jefferson Parish, all of our council people that represent us. We just had Ricky Templet here, and also Dominic Pistata. I know Byron Lee has been by before. They have been fantastic on their help with things that are going on that affect Kenner through Jefferson Parish. City Hall, and I know Councilman Wilmot will speak about this a little bit later, has been severely damaged. All of our three buildings at the main complex have roof issues now. They had them before. Now the roof issue is it doesn't exist. That's a problem. So we're going to overcome that, but for right now, we'll be working out of this EOC and other areas throughout the city of Kenner. This is one of the sole buildings of communication where employees come that was not affected with any type of damage. Sewer lift stations throughout the city of Kenner have experienced problems, obviously, because of a power loss. The power loss we have generators there to overcome that. But when you have the lift station that's not on, it's because power has not been generated there, and the generator needs oil and gas changes. So it will come back. If the generator's off, we'll come back, we'll redo it, get it back up and running to continue to have sewage in the city of Kenner. Going into utilities that we don't control would be the water pressure. But like I said, Jefferson Parish has been fantastic on addressing the water pressure in the city of Kenner. We're not at 100%, but we're a lot better than we were Monday morning. Power, as you know, since 2 o'clock in the morning, we have been posting that power has been restored in areas of the city of Kenner. Right now, it looks like predominantly pockets in North Kenner. We're working with Entergy since 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning to address when else are we going to get power back. I've been on the radio since early this morning saying that September 8th is the finish line date. That will be great. I'm not going to say we're going to be 100%. There'll probably be an isolated incident here and there, but we're getting back to where we should be by September the 8th. From this day, that's probably 5 days away, so that's good news. Communication. Our EOC, like I said before, is up and running. This is a building we can work out of. I know Councilman Wilmot will address that in a minute. We'll be doing council meetings. Our PIO in Kenner Media is up and running. They have been doing that since day one. Before the storm and since the storm, we have been addressing numerous things in the city of Kenner. Talking about communication, we've been contacted by the post office that any 700 zip code will not have mail right now. We will keep you notified when mail will get up and running. Giveaways. We are doing numerous giveaways throughout the city of Kenner. I can think of the Macy's parking lot is someplace where we have definitely put our own point of distribution out there, along with Church the King, who have been great. Pastor Randy over there, working very closely with Councilman Brannigan, has made sure that there's meals, I think, 2 times a day for the next few days, maybe even the next couple of weeks. Salvation Army and Red Cross, Doug Dote, EOC Director, will come up and tell you about some sites that are tentative that might become permanent pretty soon for locations to go to. But the volunteer groups have been great. At our pod at Macy's, I want to thank 2 people right off the top of my head, besides the people that are up here with me and all of our groups that are helping, has been Ronnie Maines, a Kenner resident, a Kenner business, Ronnie and Jenny, who own CRC, Global Logistics. They have donated numerous truckloads of food to our pod site. Joe Stagney stepped up on, I think it was probably Sunday night or Monday morning, and said, I have an 18-wheeler coming to you with water. We have given away so much product: ice, food, meats, vegetables, fruit, water, numerous items. Another thing is, a very good idea that I've been approached with from Driftwood Civic Association, Mr. Joey Lahatz, is that he's coming picking stuff up as a civic association and staging in his own subdivision. If you want to do that, please show up at the pod, come to us, call us ahead of time, text us, get in touch with us. We will make sure that you have stuff that you can take directly to the subdivision. You'll probably do it quicker getting it out that way for us. We have taken the Macy's building to use for emergency essential services, such as these products that are coming. We have plans to use that. Church the King is using that. I believe Entergy will start using that also. Entergy has always used the Pontchartrain Center, but we have so many contractors working with Entergy that they're coming also to the Macy's site around that building. We have had comments, and we're going to turn this over very soon to, like I said, the chiefs and also State Representative Stagney. But we have had comments that you may not have seen your Kenner representatives. The reason you haven't seen your Kenner representatives is because of the stuff I just read to you. We have been doing this. Each and every person standing up here with me, next to me, shoulder to shoulder with me, have been doing the work that I just mentioned. So without doing these things, our Kenner residents aren't getting what they need. I am very proud to call these people my friend and for what they have done. These are our friends that are helping you. So it's not just this mayor's office. It's the state, it's the parish, it's the council at large, the district council people making these things happen. Now's the time for the microphone. Now we're coming to you. We have been putting stuff on Facebook since day one. Now you'll start seeing us more through video and through microphones because we're starting to catch up a little bit. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all helping us catch up. With that said, we go into our chief of police. Kenner Police Department, Kenner Fire Department couldn't make it without either one of those groups. 2 great entities here in the city of Kenner, and Chief Glazer, followed by Chief Morris, and then State Representative Joe Stagney. And then we're going to have our council chairman come up and say a few words. Doug, there's a few comments that I've missed. Doug Dote, the EOC director, will also come up to the mic and give a few comments. But with that said, Chief Glazer.
Thank you. I'd just like to update all the residents of Kenner on the past couple of days what the police officers were doing. Beginning this past Saturday, the 28th, at 6 p.m., we established our command post at 6 p.m. to assist in the exit of the residents of the city of Kenner and to double our patrols overnight. That lasted through today and will continue to the foreseeable future, just for a coverage of overnight protection of the businesses and residents that are sitting vacant, and to, during the daytime, to get the traffic flowing in and around gas stations and people seeking the resources that they need to survive here in the city of Kenner. At the height of the storm coming through, we received around 100 calls for service, reporting collapsing roofs, so roofs that collapsed. We weren't immediately able to respond to all of them, but we were able to start cutting trees in the streets to get access to them. We had to momentarily take everyone off the street, so that kind of stopped. But we were back at it again around midnight Monday morning, which is Sunday night for Monday morning. We continued to respond to every one of the calls, make sure we've no reported deaths from the initial roof collapse calls. Our mission now, after rescue, is now recovery, helping the businesses and the citizens return to somewhat normal. Gasoline seems to be the hot commodity, so we've been stretched thin in and around the gas stations that have generated power and gasoline. So we've been assisting with the traffic flow in and out of gas stations and the traffic flow in and around the mall. We have some static places that are coming up, pharmacies that will probably see some Louisiana Air National Guard guardsmen doing site security at some of these places if needed. But we will continue for the next couple of days providing round-the-clock security with expanded patrols until power is back in the city of Kenner, the water is back in the city of Kenner, and most residents and business owners can come back and take care of some of their problems. So with that, I'll pass it on to Chief Morris for an update on the fire department, but I'm gonna lead into him saying our last call before I got here was an actual generator carbon monoxide call, so I know he's gonna stress it, so I'm just gonna also stress it. Listen to what he tells you, because it may save your life one day.
Thank you, Chief Glazer. Since the end of the event, Sunday morning, Monday day, we've instituted 2 additional fire apparatus to respond to calls for service, as well as 2 medical units to respond. They are responding in pickup trucks because it's a lot easier for the pickup trucks to maneuver throughout the city than it is for a large fire truck to maneuver through the city. So if you see the pickup trucks responding, it's the fire department. We're just not in the typical fire apparatus. We've, as Chief Glazer said, the most important thing I want to stress is the generator usage. We've been receiving numerous calls for generator incidents. Generators have been involved in several of the incidents that we've had. One of the fires that we had a generator involvement in it, not to say that's the cause of it, but it was involved in the fire, as well as a number of calls with people being unresponsive from the use of generators. Also, carbon monoxide detectors being triggered by the fumes from generators, from natural gas generators. So those of you that have whole home generators, the natural gas type, if you don't have carbon monoxide detectors in your home currently, please get some and install them in your homes. It may save your life. We've been having numerous calls for those types of incidents. We've had a few fires that we fought. One last night that the water pressure was fine, so that is coming back up and assisting us. While the water pressure was low, we requested from the state 2 water tankers, and they sent 2 water tankers. We placed one 3,000-gallon water tanker on the north side and one on the south side to aid us in case we had the need for water because of the water pressure issues that we have. But since the water pressure has come back up, we've returned those water tankers. And we've been helping with the pie distributions. We had several of our recruits that are in the fire academy, which is not functioning right now, but they've been assisting. They've been doing a great job of aiding the community with various tasks that needed to be performed. The last statement I'd like to make is that I'd like to see each and every one of us survive this. So please, I can't stress it enough, properly use the generators that you have. And if you have the natural gas generators in your home, please get carbon monoxide detectors. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Morris, Mayor Zahn, Police Chief Glazer, council members. Part of our job as state elected officials is to help route complaints and get resources locally to the city of Kenner and to the parish. I think every state senator and every state representative who represents this entire region has been on the ground working and helping. We've been able to do a lot, and I can attest to the mayor, the police chief, and every one of these councilmen have been out there busting their butts, sweating, giving food and water and ice and other resources to our citizens. And I don't think they know we're all in the same boat that you are. Our places were damaged, and many times we haven't been able to fix it. I'm going to do a special shout out to some of our Kenner Fire Department members. I was struggling in a battle with a tarp, and I think the tarp was winning, and they saw that, and some firemen crossed the street and helped me to secure my business with a tarp. And that's what we do here in Kenner. We do it better than anywhere else. And quite frankly, from the governor on down to our local officials, we handle disasters better than anybody in the world, and probably because of Katrina. So we need to keep up doing what we're doing. We're stressed, but we're blessed. I think everybody's been affected, but we need to have patience to let our frontline workers, frontline responders, and our linemen to do the work that they need to do. I want to touch on one other issue very quickly. A number of us state officials have gotten calls from people who have evacuated and saying that their homeowners will not cover their additional living expenses. And so Allstate, USAA, and a number of other insurers are now starting to waive that exemption. And we believe by the time this is finished, it'll all be waived. So please keep a copy of all your expenses, whether it be a hotel, gas, food, or anything. So again, I'm proud to serve along with my brothers and sisters up here, and we're trying to do the best for you. God bless you all.
Tom Wilmot here, Councilman at Large. I'm currently the council president, and I couldn't be more prouder to be serving right now with these folks. This incident is really horrific, and I think we got a great team here. Our next council meeting is actually scheduled for September 17th. The pending location is still, we're not quite sure, but it looks like we're going to try to have it here at the EOC building. The room might be a little tight. We'll have to check and see logistically if it will work for us, but we're hoping that this will be the location for the next meeting. We did have a meeting scheduled for September 2nd. It was canceled because of the hurricane. Our chambers in Building A has been seriously damaged. The roof, for the chambers, that is, the roof has had a lot of impact from the hurricane, heavy winds and whatnot. Roof leaked. Several inches of water were actually in the chambers itself, I understand. Building B, which houses our offices, was also seriously harmed. The rooftop itself, a large chunk of it, is actually sitting in a parking lot. So starting with the third floor, which contains offices for the council, heavy water damage, and it goes down, I think, to the first floor from what I understand. I'm seeing pictures of it, and it's just horrific. So that's our offices. I want to say that all 7 council persons, too, I want to mention each and every one of them, of course. They've been on deck since this storm and during the storm. They've been here the whole time, haven't left. Everyone has hands on. So my hat's off to them. We're working on communication, great team effort, and working on distribution of food and water. That's been our primary services. We've been in the mornings and even in the evenings, getting together and doing these things. Councilman District 1, Gregory Carroll. Councilman District 2, Mike Segura. Councilman District 3, Glenn Hayes. Councilman District 4, George Brannigan. Councilman District 5, Brian Brennan. And Councilwoman at Large, Christy McKinney. The 7 of us have been working as a great team with the administration, the mayor, and also police, fire, our state and parish elected officials. All are working together to get you back in your homes as soon as possible. I thank you and God bless. Mayor.
Good afternoon. Our activity involves a concentration on recovery activities at this time, and in particular relief activities, and addressing that with the various pod and giveaway programs that we have at this point. We also want to announce that we've spoken to the American Red Cross late this afternoon, and they will be providing some meal service in Kenner starting this afternoon at approximately 4:30 p.m. They will be deploying some of their food trucks to 3 locations in Kenner. That's the Buddy Lawson Gym, the Butch Dewey Gym, and the Green Lawn Gym. Starting tomorrow, the American Red Cross will deploy additional trucks to those locations, as well as the Bertolino Gym. They'll be providing a limited number of meals tonight, about 400 at each location, but starting tomorrow, they'll ramp that up with some additional meals, and we'll start to assess how many meals we need going forward. A number of other activities that are going on right now include Operation Blue Roof, and individuals can sign up for that at blueroof.us. Also, the FEMA FEMA takes care of the vouchers for housing, and also disasterassistance.gov. You can register for disaster assistance, and the number for that is 1-800-621-3362. In addition to that, we'd like to encourage people, as they see their electricity coming back on within the next few days, to make sure that they continue to conserve electrical power use as well as water use, and so limit the amount of electrical appliances that you use in order to keep our power generating, and so we don't go back down. We also want to remind our residents that the boil water advisory is still in effect for the East Bank, including Kenner. In addition to that, the mayor mentioned that there's a pod location for meals tomorrow at the Esplanade Mall, as well as another operation there at the mall from the Church of the King and the Caravan of Hope, and they'll be providing meals and other materials as well. Thank you.
That's going to conclude this informational meeting, update meeting. Like I said before, this group's working very, very hard. There's a lot of other people that aren't here that were here earlier. I want to thank all those parish officials and other state officials, Senator Talbot and Debbie Villio. We also here, I know I mentioned the parish council people that are here, but all these different groups working together with the people that I've mentioned, we're getting this done. And my final comments to the people of the city of Kenner would be, stay strong. We're getting it back. We're a lot better than what other areas are right now. I know it's tough, and I think Joe said it the best when he said, we're stressed, but we're blessed. I like that. I'm not going to steal it, but I do like that. But I might steal it then, since you stole it. But no, I think that sums it up, because we're going through the same thing, and we can't get too much of our own things, and that's fine. We realized that when we raised our right hand and took that pledge. But we are going to make sure that Kenner comes back stronger and better than what it was. I know that's probably hard, and that's almost impossible, because it already was a great city, but we're going to be even better. We will do a better job than we've been doing because of the people standing up here shoulder to shoulder with me. So again, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you, and stay tuned.